So in 2001, Nike announced a new size range in between the highs and the lows called the mids. And as soon as it was born, everyone was disappointed. I know what that feels like. But where does this hate come from? Is it justified, or is it just a bunch of whiny people online talking shit? We're about to find out right now. So the design differences between highs and mids are pretty minimal, right? The highs have the Nike Air logo on the tongue, while the mids have the Jumpman logo. And the highs are about an inch off your ankle, while the mids sort of cut off at ankle length. And they have one less hole than the highs. Just like your mum.
So why are the mids disrespected? Number one, it's just not considered as artistic or with as much heritage as the high. So if you see a Travis Scott collab with Nike or Jordan brand, you see Virgil do it so often. They're doing everything but the mid. Like they're doing dunks, they're doing lows, they're doing Jordan 1 highs obviously, but they're not doing mids. Like the most popular mid collab is probably the Melody Asani collab. And like that's the only one that stands out, that sells for roughly $800 in sizes.
And even Michael Jordan has been known to wear mids from time to time. He did, no? He did? Google it? Can we Google it? We'll fact check it. It'll be on the screen. Let's fact check. He did.
A couple of shoes which do sell at the 400 point is the Milan made and the Mason Chateau Rogue made. Now those two shoes are very good. Like people buy them over some highs because they're the same price point. Most highs also sell for 400, 450, which is roughly 30 to 40,000 rupees. Like you can see there's great attention being paid to those shoes when you actually see them in hand. Like when you see the Milan mid, you can see the different materials used. It has a beautiful hang tag. It came in a combo with the Paris low, and just a lot more thought and effort has been put into it. So when someone does purchase it, it feels like they're not just wearing a shoe, it's part of something bigger, which is the case with most hype streetwear right now. It's when you wear a Jordan 1 high, it's you're part of a subculture in a whole.
Now, the main point is some mids don't have the same kind of hype that the highs do, right? The highs come with a certain sort of nostalgia and legacy, and the mids are sort of come in the same colorways but don't have the same effect.
But again, I don't think mids were meant to be historic or with more heritage. If someone is getting into the whole sneaker scene as such, you're more likely to buy a shoe for 20,000 than 2 lakhs. You can get the Chicago mid for 25 to 30,000 rupees. And that shoe is not a bad shoe. It's just because it's compared to something which is so good, it looks bad, but it's still a very good shoe.
Basically, at the end of the day, sneakers are fucking cool, man. That's what they are. It's one of the 3 objective facts about the universe. Number 1, the government is listening to our conversations. Number 2, To Pimp a Butterfly is the greatest Kendrick Lamar album ever released. And number 3, sneakers are cool, and if you can make them more accessible to everyone, if everyone can enjoy a pair of like Jordan 1 colorways without having to pay high prices for highs, what's the problem with that?
Again, it's only bad for like the purists who have 100 Jordan 1 highs. But because mids are just meant to be like churned out, they are being churned out and they are getting sold out at retail and they are picking up in the resale space. We just saw with the coconut mid, like it was, I think, the hottest shoe in the country in the last month.
Smells like a dab of butter melting on a slice of hot toast.
So it's not that the audience does not like it, they are being forced to not like it. And we've been guilty of it before.
Are you like an active reseller or something? Is this what you do for a living? Sell mids?
But it was all in, what's it called? Not jest. Not good fit either. What do you call that? Kayfabe. It was all in kayfabe.
So in conclusion, don't listen to the vultures online that try to shame you if you're wearing mids or buying mids. They're a perfectly decent shoe and they would fit very well into any collection. And if there's anyone out there that feels differently, let it be known. Vedant Lamba will personally fight you at a location of your choice. If you want, call this number that's on screen right now and book a fight, and he will personally beat you to the death. That is the Main Street promise.